Hello and welcome back to the channel. I bought this cheap vintage lens known for its screamy bokeh. This is the review of the Super Takumar 50mm f1.4 lens. This lens was developed by the Asahi Optical Company, the creators of Pentax, in the mid-20th century in Japan. It was first released in 1964. It was built for resilience and optical performance. Designed for the booming SLR market. The Takumar name was used for the lenses until 1975, when they switched to the K-mount and the new lenses were called SMC Pentax or Super Multicoated Pentax, although the Takumar name was brought back in the 80s and 90s for a budget line of K-mount lenses. I bought my lens from eBay. It came from Japan. The quality is quite good, doesn't look very used, and the price was also cheaper compared to some local stores. The version I got is the radioactive one, which is also more common, but does not pose a huge threat under normal conditions. Because of this, the glass has a yellowish or brownish tint, which is due to thorium undergoing radioactive decay. Thorium helped in correcting aberrations and improving optical performance. This yellowing affects the color rendition, giving images a warmer hue, but this tint can be removed with some UV light exposure from a LED UV lamp or sunlight during several days. This lens has aperture from f1.4 to f16 and a 45cm minimum focusing distance. It uses an M42 screw mount. I'm using the M42 to L mount adapter from Earth, which I bought previously for my Helios 44-2 lens. The very first version of the Super Takumar lens featured a more complex 8 elements in 6 groups optical design, which was reportedly engineered to compete directly with the Carl Zeiss planar 50mm f1.4 lens. The 8-element version is identifiable by the placement of a small red vertical line, which should be to the right of the 4 here. On the 7-element version, it's to the left. The 8-element version was more expensive to produce, so they stopped the production and went with the 7-element version and added thorium. An interesting thing about this lens is that it has auto and manual mode. The auto mode was designed to be used with film cameras that had a stop-down mechanism such as the Pentax Spotmatic. Another interesting thing about this lens is that the focusing ring has a depth of field scale. It consists of a series of marks on the lens barrel that corresponds to the aperture values as well as the distance indicators. By using these marks, you can estimate depth of field and see how much of the scene will be in focus. There is the red diamond-shaped mark in the middle, which marks the center of the depth of field. The serial number that starts with 4 serves as an indicator that this is the 7-element version of the lens, which was manufactured probably from approximately 1967 to 1971. And now, let's test the lens outdoors and see how the image looks like. The bokeh is often incredibly smooth, creamy, and can create a beautiful separation between the subject and the background. The Super Takumar often gives warm organic light streaks and a dreamy haze when the light is just right. What I like about the vintage lenses so far after testing Helios 44-2 lens and this one is that they add a bit of character and softness to the image, which also helps it to be a bit more cinematic and sometimes more interesting. And it is also fun to experiment with manual focusing, lighting and composition in a different way. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please find link to this video and other video on Lumix S5D camera and the Helios 44-2 lens. And make sure to like and subscribe for more film and filmmaking content.